The Bible says in 1 Samuel chapter 17, verses 28-29, and Eliab his eldest brother heard when he spake unto the men, and Eliab's anger was kindled against David. And he said, Why camest thou down hither? And with whom hast thou left those few sheep in the wilderness? I know thy pride, and the naughtiness of thine heart, for thou art come down that thou mightest see the battle. And David said, What have I now done? Is there not a cause? So, you know the story. Everyone knows the story of David and Goliath. And in this situation, David, he has heard the challenge of the giant, and he is accepting that challenge. He is of the attitude, if no one else is going to fight Goliath, well, I'll take him on. And the same God, my God, the same God that gave me the strength to overcome the bear and the lion in the wilderness is the same God that will give us the victory over this uncircumcised Philistine. And we all know that David's heart was pure in the matter. We all know that David was sincere. This was not a matter of ego on David's part. He was sincere. He was just jealous for the God of Israel, patriotic for his nation. His motives were pure. We know this. But no matter how pure and how sincere you may be, there's always going to be that Eliab. Here comes Eliab, the elder brother, judging David's motives. And he accuses David. He says, I know the naughtiness of your heart. I know your heart. And he says, I know thy pride. Here he is accusing David of responding the way that he was responding out of pride. David, you're just full of pride. That's why you want to do these things. That's why you're talking the way you're talking. You're just full of pride. And I know your heart. Your heart is full of naughtiness. But you and I know the truth of the matter. It wasn't what Eliab said. And this is the way it is many times in the service of the Lord. No matter how sincere you may be about some things, there's always going to be some who will over-scrutinize things, and they will misjudge, they will misread, misinterpret your motives. And my brethren, you have to learn to live with that to a certain degree, because we cannot control what everyone thinks about us. And if you'll notice, David he doesn't really spend a whole lot of energy trying to defend himself against these false accusations from his older brother. Instead, David remains focused on the task at hand, on the challenge at hand, and you know the rest of the story. God used David to bring about a mighty victory for Israel's sake. And so I think we ought to learn a lesson from David. Not everyone is going to understand or recognize the sincerity of your heart, but you have to learn not to allow those things to distract you or to even cause you to have a bad attitude about things. Just stay focused, because at the end of the day, God knows your heart. And you know what? If God knows the sincerity of your heart, that's good enough. Everyone's not always going to give you the credit for just sincerely and zealously and fervently wanting to do something for the good of God's people and for the glory of God. Not everyone's going to always recognize that, but you just have to march on, go forward, stay focused, and do what you have to do for the glory of God. Because and you have to be content with the fact of knowing God knows your heart. That's good enough. God bless you.